I'm here to introduce you to someone you might not have met before. Meet Dusty Hannahs, the 6'3" shooting guard out of the University of Arkansas. He may not look like much at first glance, but make no mistake, this man's a sniper. He's been heavily overlooked due to his lack of size and seemingly lack of athleticism, but numbers don't lie. Dusty shot 41% from behind the arc over his career at the U of A, with a career high of 43% during his junior season. To put that into perspective, projected top pick Lonzo Ball shot 41% this past season on only 7 more attempts from beyond the arc. I'm not saying Dusty's on the same level as a player, but as a shooter, I put him up against anyone in the country. And the thing that separates him from the great shooters is the way he gets his looks from deep. He can shoot off the catch, he can create off the dribble when needed, he can pull up off the pick and roll, and if you sag off enough, Dusty even has that limitless range to pull up from the parking lot. His style reminds me a lot of JJ Redick in college. They have similar size and athleticism, and both rely on their three-point shot to open up the rest of their game. Now obviously it's hard to compare any college player to JJ Redick, considering he was one of the greatest college players to ever live. But I did want to use that comparison because Dusty Hannahs is a senior this year, and his intentions are to enter the NBA draft. So if he has much of a hope to make it at the pro level, it's obviously going to be in the JJ Redick type role, maybe even a pure catch and shoot scorer. And I think that's totally okay because Dusty has a great ability to make shots. You know, you really think about it, that's kind of where the game's headed anyways, with people making threes, making shots. The three-point game is really opening up basketball, and that's the way the NBA's headed. So what better time to enter the draft than now if you're a great shooter like Dusty is. Another thing, I mean, is something that people seem to be getting away from, but he's a great free throw shooter. The guy shot 90% this past season, which was 10th in the entire country. So, I mean, you look at stuff like that, it just shows that he's a consistent shooter at all levels, not just that. And something that is also good about him is he's not just a pure shooter. You'll see a lot of these clips that I'm showing throughout this video. He's able to take guys off the dribble. Even though he might not be the most explosive or athletic, he can still get by guys with a decent handle that he has and get to the rim, finish with contact. He's a strong player, about over 200 pounds, mostly muscle as you can tell, so he can get to the rack and finish with contact. He can pull up from the mid-range. He's a decent defender, not the best defender, but it is what it is. So I just think that, you know, he's been definitely underrated throughout his entire college career. He started out at Texas Tech, transferred to the University of Arkansas, had to sit out a season. So, I mean, he hasn't really been in the national spotlight as much, but America did get more of a glance of him this past season during the NCAA Tournament in the games versus Seton Hall in North Carolina, and then his performances in the SEC Tournament. And he had some good games this past season, one of which was against South Carolina, who went on to make the Final Four. So it's not like he's doing this kind of stuff against scrub teams either. The SEC is one of the major conferences. They play against some good talent, Kentucky, Florida, South Carolina being some of them. So he's putting up good numbers against good competition. He's doing things that translate well to pro basketball, shooting from deep, shooting off the dribble, off the catch, coming off screens. He had to come off lots of screens during games to get open. So will he be a great NBA player? I don't know. That's up to him and the work ethic he's willing to put into his game. But I do feel like there is a spot for him, if not in the NBA as a role player, then in the D-League, overseas, whatever it may be. But that doesn't change the fact that as of right now, he's one of the best shooters in the entire country, and you probably have never heard of him. So that was the purpose of this video. I wanted people to see this guy for who he is, what he's capable of, and I hope the next time you hear his name, you'll be on the lookout for him in the draft. If your team picks him up, whatever, that you'll know a little bit more about him, maybe even be a fan of him, because, you know, we're all out here just trying to make it, and he's definitely making an effort to prove a lot of people wrong. So you can't hate a man for his dream. I wish him nothing but the best. I've loved watching him the past few years at the University of Arkansas, and I hope he continues to progress. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. It hasn't been very long as some of the other breakdowns, but I wanted to do a little something different. I ask you, please drop a like, leave feedback in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe for more content. Hit that post notification so you don't miss any new content. And Again, thank y'all for watching. You know, it means a lot that you take the time to watch these videos. That's all I have to say. I'm gonna let the video play out with some more of his highlights so you can check him out a little bit more and get a little better idea of what type of player he is. But I'm not gonna take any more time of your day. God bless.